headed south to the shop. Beautiful day in South Florida. 73 degrees here, 840. It's gonna heat up a little bit, but overall, pretty good temperatures. Welcome to episode 3. Crazy week this week, as always. Things got a little astray. Last week, we weren't able to really do any filming. Yes, we were that busy. I just simply could not take the time to film. I had to stay focused and get things done. Well, I shouldn't say that much. We did film a lot of stuff. It was just a little unorganized, so just didn't feel the need to put all that into an episode. We're just gonna start here and kind of recap with what we did, what went on, and kind of go forward with what's going on this week. It's President's Day. Most people not working today. You already know we're working, so here we are, you know. Again, this is the big day. The Hatteras are supposed to be going in today, but it's not because the weather, essentially. Couldn't get anything done that we needed to yesterday, so now we have today to do it. And on top of that, a whole bunch of money needs to be moved around between accounts to get this yard bill paid for. It is not cheap, let me tell you. So, you know, it's now 12 o'clock actually before I even decided to chime in, just dealing with, again, transfer of funds and banks and all that good stuff on, like, you know, holidays. Guys, she moved since we did all the stringer work. Happy to say, no cracks, no stress, nothing. The hull didn't crack in half, so I guess we did the stringers right. Ha! I'm just joking. I really didn't think that was going to be the case anyway, but I doubt myself every now and then, especially on my own projects where I really start doing some funky shit like this one, so good to know. Right now the boat's looking really good. Today's the official launch day, so we just got a few little things to do before she goes in. Right now we're just putting the last coat of prop speed on the shafts and the props. Got a few zincs to put on the rudders and shafts, and a few hose clamps to tighten up on the exhaust side. Other than that, she's ready to go in. I got Zach down there doing the last of the prop speed while I go inside the bilge and take care of those hose clamps on the exhaust. Prop speed dries pretty instantly, and it has a barrier against water, so it's pretty safe to put on, even though the boat's about to hit water within a few hours. Time to bullshit with the marina crew for a little bit. I know they're stoked to have this thing finally leave, while Zach progresses to the other side to get the other side of gear. I really can't get over how awesome this boat turned out. In another episode, I'll have to show you guys how many man hours were involved just to get it to look like this. You'll see these before pictures, and you'll kind of get an understanding of what we all went through. The bottom and running gear look just awesome, especially considering what they came from. The bottom on this boat was truly the biggest unforeseen nightmare. After we pressure cleaned everything, we were able to get a good inspection of the bottom and just see hundreds of thousands of micro cracks, blisters, and just tons of damage to the outer skin of fiberglass. We knew we were going to be in for some major work on this thing. You can just hear how massive these blisters are when you tap on the side of the hull. And as you can imagine, dealing with these blisters was a ton of work. So it really is awesome now just to see this bottom with a fresh coat of paint on it and all new running gear ready to go. We're gonna have Dean bring her back here and hold her in the cradle while we check everything out. You never know, if something goes wrong, you still want to be able to lift it out nice and easy. And she's finally in. Time for the most stressful part and the most anticipated thing, the ultimate float test. And I'm so happy to see how good that water line looks. I was really bugging out on that one. Time to look around, Make sure everything looks good. Make sure those exhaust ports are even. We were stressing that one as well. And man, another view of that water line. Looks awesome. That was hard to do doing a full paint job. It's always fun hand maneuvering a 50-foot boat up and around the dock. You can definitely feel how light the boat is compared to how heavy it used to be upon bringing it in. Take a trip with us as we transfer the boat from the yard to the house. Shout out to Towboat US for the smooth operation. secured. As you can see, we've wasted no time down here. First thing was first, installing these pylons so when the tide goes up, she can fend off nicely. Also wasted no time getting this rub rail put on. Want to make sure that everything is nice and good when she rides up on a storm. But that rub rail makes a huge difference. Really one of the last missing pieces of the whole puzzle was that rub rail. You can also see how high the front of it sits right now. I mean, obviously there's no weight in this boat, so it's going to be sitting very high for right now. It's been a little bit, obviously, so we've been progressing with work since we've been on it. Got the cleats in somewhat. Still need to add some hardware there. But let me show you guys. So we've been in here at the dock, just getting this whole engine room painted. You guys remember all this glass work that we completed. So now it's finally all been painted. So we're ready now to put our floor on here. And then we'll continue this lower bulkhead going all the way up like it used to, tie in the floor.
Again, guys, look at this camera is at my head height pretty much, and look at where these motors are. So this is a true stand-up engine room floor, which is awesome because pretty much no other 50-foot boat has that feature, but this one does. So it's pretty sweet. Got all our drains in. This is basically our mid-bilge here, as you can see, because the boat's sitting so far back, it's nice and dry in the mid-bilge. But if you come back here into the rear bilge, got a little bit of water. Not a lot. It's oh wow, look at that. Not a whole lot at all. And pretty clean water too. I mean, obviously there's no oil or anything to really leak, so of course it's gonna be clean. But yeah, we got all this stuff pretty much ready to go. We're gonna redo all the white from obviously the point stopped, continued. So added a few more drains to her. And yeah, obviously we still don't even have any bilge pumps in here. This boat's just floating. I mean, really the only 3 places water can leak, A, B, and then C be in the rudder port. So pretty obvious with dripless shaft seals and a closed sea cock that no water is going to be coming into this boat, so ain't really worried about it right now. But ultimately the next step will be finishing the paint. Then we can start running our wires. I mean, these are all going to come out. It's all temporary, so we're going to take those out, do all new wiring, and then obviously put in our bilge pumps and accessories. So still got a little bit of paint work left. We ran out of paint right in here and this whole side over here. So, and we still actually have to do underneath the entire cockpit, which I'll show you guys what's going on there next. We've been doing some work back there lately too. Here's looking a lot better. It's actually complete with the paint work. So, boom, here we go. Down here is all painted. This would be considered the farthest aft bilge, but this will never see water. With the way the keel is on this boat, you need about a foot of water in the bilge in the engine room before this even sees anything. So probably not even put a bilge pump in there. But we're about to start doing all our bonding wires to the struts, the rudder ports, really everything. The steering's all been pre-rigged, so painted all up under here on the ceiling as well. Painted the fuel tank, sealed all the edges there. So, time to start doing some wiring work here, guys.
So that's all we got for right now, folks. I'm gonna cut the Hatteras video right here. Still got obviously a ton of work coming on it. As you can see, everything interior is pretty much prepped and wrapped up. We're gonna start laying some wires. We're gonna start installing some accessories. Got a lot of exciting things coming on with the boat next. And I guess furthermore with that too, still got a little bit of dirty work to do. I'm still debating kind of the order of operations on a few things with it, to be real with you. So stick tight with me. Y'all know you'll see the next few bits of progress right here in episode 3, Hatteras edition.